Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Zoffy. This is the Ultraman Mebius special set. It is an exclusive, and I think this is the second one. The first one came out and it was really hard to get. Yep. I'm quite happy that they've reissued him, but with a special set, which I don't mind. Actually, it has pretty cool accessories it comes with. Now, I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. They don't have this on their web store, but you can always inquire. I'll provide the link down below to do that. Otherwise, here we go. And this is also a blind review, meaning I know little or none at all about what I'm reviewing. I do watch Ultraman. Ultraman X is still my favorite. I'm actually watching the recent one, Ultraman X, which is actually quite promising. And backtracking to Ultraman Ginga, I'm actually watching Ginga S, which is actually fairly decent. Actually a lot better than Ginga. Well, you have Ultraman Victory, which is quite awesome as well. So I'm watching those Ultraman series, and it's been part of my childhood. I grew up watching Ultraman, Ultraman Ace. They're great shows, and this is where I got introduced to the world of kaiju and tokusatsu. Anyways, getting back to the review, here's the box art. Really nice. I actually don't have Ultraman Mebius. It's another show that I haven't really watched. I try to be picky on Ultra X. I only get the ones I watch unless they have a really cool design like this one. So backstory for Zoffy, I'm not too familiar with him, but from my understanding, you have all this kind of like rivets, or kind of like I'm just gonna call them rivets all across his body, and that kind of demonstrates or shows that he is in command. He's actually one of the, like a commander for the Ultras, and it's really cool. And I think he showed up on a couple of Ultraman series, and basically he's there to kind of just save the day if the current Ultraman is basically yeah, on the pinch or something of that sort. So on this set, which we'll go over again, we have Ikazuki, I think that's the name of this ship here. And we also have the Final Meteor, which is this cool looking thing here. From my understanding, this is one of the ships that well, basically the us used to combat the aliens or the kaijus. And this one, I'm not really sure, but this might be something to amplify the Spatium Beam. Actually, his attack is the M87. Yep, you have the beam effect parts here. Really cool. Yep. Again, I do apologize if I'm my knowledge is actually quite limited based on what I can get from the internet. But other than that, it looks great. A really nice looking Ultraman. And that's pretty much for the box art. There is the brown shipper here for all exclusives. And that's pretty much it. Let's take a look at the figure. Alright, so inside we have parts from the Final Meteor. There's 3 pieces on that one. We got the Ikazuki here. You have the effect parts. I really like this spiral effect part here. You have the color timer, the red one, as well as the back connector for the stand. 2 pairs of hands alternate from the closed fist, kind of like your standard one. And I think, whoops, it also gives you the Tamashi stand, and most likely we're gonna use this for the Final Meteor. Really cool. Alright, let me put things together and continue with the review. Right, so we have Ikazuki here. Interesting name. That's a cool looking airplane or spaceship. Really nice, and there is an option to take this out if you want to. Yeah, but I think you would want to keep that in. A very interesting design. And also there is a peg connection here, so you can use your Tamashi stage. There we go. And I think that's pretty much it for this one. I wish I could say more about it. Alright, next part, we get the Final Meteor here. Really cool looking thing. So this comes in 3 parts. Really nice details. They're really cool how they made this. I did find a paint defect on mine. You'll see that there's a gold paint mishap there. It's small, but when you look up close, you kind of see it. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with it. What can you do? And maybe I'll just paint it silver. Make it look like it's a glare instead. So he goes in here. There is a section of the peg there that is... well, it's the slotted peg is a little different, which you're gonna match up with this one here. Fortunately, on this one, I didn't have any issues for the most part, and it's kind of cool. You can get this to spin. There is a peg connection there too. Just gonna connect it here, and just be careful as you move this around. It is quite, I would say it's durable, but it's still fragile. Oh, that's really cool. So my guess is that any Ultras will shoot a spatial beam from the back here and shoots it out from here. That's my guess. Or it could be vice versa. But either way, it's a cool looking satellite. Especially when you can spin that like that. And that's it for the other accessories, and let's focus at Ultraman Zoffy next. Here we got Ultraman Zoffy here. You know, one thing I've noticed, he has the iconic look of Ultraman. Yep. Lately, the other Ultramans, they've basically become more flashier. Kind of like an ongoing trend with Kamen Rider. I think pretty much with all the Japanese tokusatsu, where you gotta have an added gimmick, like new armor. And in some ways, that's cool. I guess more variety, but at the same time, it kind of takes away from having or believing in your inner strength. Yeah, so it's just something I've noticed. But otherwise, he does have a really cool suit design. Really cool. Alright, in terms of articulation, we have the head here. He can look left and right without much problem. He look down, even look up. The fit on the back doesn't really hinder as much. You see there's a gap there, which is great. There's a removable piece here, which let me see if I can take this out. And that's basically for the mantle. There we go. And the part here for the base. I'm not gonna remove that. Moving on, we have the shoulder here. And you have this kind of like it's a floating extra piece of filling the gap. You get a swivel here, and you have the elbow. Yeah, for the most part, really great. He's able to somewhat touch his other shoulder, but you know it's limited since yeah, you can extend the shoulder joint. It's not too bad. Then you have the mid torso here. You can do a little bit of up crunch, move to the side, and move up. There's a little bit of gaps here and there, which I don't really mind. It's not really big. Yeah. Then you have the waist joint here towards legs. You can push this down and move it up. Knee bend, fairly good. The knees are painted, and they actually work well. Yep. And you have a little bit of a swivel here as well. Yep. You get the ankle joint and a toe joint. Yep. Kind of like your typical Ultra Act articulation, but sometimes certain ones have limitation. This one's actually pretty good. It's kind of like the Ultraman. Really nice. There's some accessories. We have a couple here. We have the color timer here, which is red as opposed to the blue one. I always find this a little hard to replace. Let me see if I can pry this out. Here we go. Kind of wish there was like a way to take that out easier. There we go. Color timer. I'm gonna put back the blue one. I wonder if later on there's gonna be the LED gimmick. When you press it, it turns blue or lights up blue. Press it again, turns red, and you press it again, it starts blinking red. I think that would be cool. But till then, we just have part swapping, which is not too bad. The thing with LEDs is they're only good for the first 10 minutes, then you realize, yeah, I don't want to keep that light on. I want to save the batteries. Yeah, so till then. Having them stand is a little bit difficult sometimes. There we go. Alright, so moving on with accessories. We have pairs of hands, and I just dropped it. Alright, so you got a pair of hands for the open hand. You have the closed fist. And you have the pair of hands for his signature move. Or Ultraman says. Signature move, Spatium Beam. Well, I think on his is M87 Beam. So for that one, we have quite a variety of things here. So this is actually kind of interesting how this one is made. And I really like this effect part. Really cool. The spiral energy. It's like a surge. So there's like a inner spiral one, and there's another one that goes around it. And you have this other one which just goes on his right. So let's try this out. There we go. Put this on. And I'm trying to figure out how to put this. I might have, probably should have put this on first, huh? Maybe I should have done that. Alright, I went ahead and swapped out the left hand. Alright, let's do this properly. Alright, so here's the effect part again. And from what I see on the box art, this pointed part here goes in first. I guess you can put it either way. And actually, another interesting thing I've noticed on this one actually wraps around, and it's only connected on this part here towards the inner spiral. Yep. So you can, well, I was thinking maybe you can make it the spiral more narrower, but I guess not. So as you push this in, there we go. I would suggest put it all the way in. Reason being is you want to have a good grip on closer to the wrist as you put this hand on. It makes it a little hard. Alright, so just take your time. There we go. Then you start push this back. There we go. And let's hide that shoulder joint. There we go. And yeah, almost there. There we go. So that's a really nice effect part. That surge, really cool. And we have the Final Meteor here, and it shoots on that satellite. I should have brought the other effect part, you know, make it. Well, since she's shooting a blue beam here, it's a yellow one here. I think you might have some from other Ultra Acts, or I might have to watch the show to make it more show accurate. But yeah, really cool effect. I like this. That pretty much wraps up the review for Ultra Act Zoffy, and I'm really happy of acquiring Zoffy. He's one of the sought after Ultras out there. I finally got one. Yes. Yeah, this is really great. Now, some of you are gonna ask, what is the difference between this and the first released? Well, there's 3 accessories: the beta capsule, along with the right hand to hold it, the flame effect on his head when he get injured from Birdron, and the Ultra Converter, which he used to heal Ultraman Ace. And this is what I gathered from the online Those three are, well, including the hand, four. We're not getting on this one, but we're getting the Final Meteor and the Ikazuki, which is amazing. There we go. And I'm so glad that we're getting the M87 effect part. It's a really nice one. Anyways, that's about it for the review. Again, I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. Provide the link down below if you want to send an inquiry for future exclusive pre-orders or just other Tamashii products in general. Anyways, that's about it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.